You are listening to Femme House Radio with your host LP Giobbi, and this week we have Tiffy Vera. Born in New York but raised in Paraguay, Tiffy Vera's sound is a vibrant intersection of cultures, melding the soulful warmth of Latin rhythms with the driving pulse of house. With roots in Paraguay and Brazilian lineage, she embodies a rich and diverse cultural background that fuels her artistry. After years of playing at venues like Club Space, BPM Festival, and Three Points, she solidified her vision with last year's launch of her label RTA Sounds, a platform of her groove-heavy, disco-tinged productions and the sound of her close creative circle. Her music channels the fluid energy of her DJ sets, built on infectious bass lines and hypnotic melodies. Crafted for both sunrise rooftops and late-night warehouses. I love that. As she steps onto the stage, she carries the voice of women from Latin America into the global electronic conversation, bridging continents, cultures, and crowds with every beat. Let's go. Welcome to Feb House Radio, Tiffy. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, such a pleasure. I'm a big fan, like I told you, and
Oh, I'm a big
honestly,
fan of yours.
so nice to be here.
Thank you for being here. So tell us your origin story. How did you become a DJ producer?
Okay, so since I was very young, I grew up going to my family's radio station back in Paraguay. So I would go and pick up like the cassettes and the CDs and just give it to the people working there, and I would have fun like listening to different genres. And so my grandfather from my mom's side, he's always been into music and cinema. He was like a pioneer in back in in Paraguay, with like bringing like cinemas around like the different cities and yeah,
Wow.
he's always been a music lover. So I've been around music my whole life pretty much. I started playing the guitar when I was 14 years old, and also I love singing, but I won't say that I'm the best singer. I just love doing it for fun. But maybe like I would like to get like singing lessons and like I start adding it to my production. But yeah, so I started music, playing the guitar when I was 14, and then when I moved to Miami 7 years ago, I started going to space and different festivals like that. And back in Paraguay, the music industry, like the dance music industry, wasn't that big yet. So I was never really into it because I didn't know about it until I moved to Miami. So then when COVID started, I bought myself a little mixer and I went on YouTube and started looking at tutorials how to DJ because
No
my friends
way.
would tell me like, oh my God, Tiffy, you have such amazing playlists, you should become a DJ. And we would be always like going to parties and I was like, okay, you know what, like maybe I could do it one day, but also I had like like a regular job. I was a personal assistant at that time.
Oh my
And
God.
yeah, so like COVID started and I locked down, and obviously I was in my apartment most of the time and I couldn't really leave. So I needed to find a hobby, and I decided to buy myself a mixer, and that's how I started DJing. And then once things started opening up again, I started playing at restaurants, and I was just making like $100 for like 4 hours and stuff like that, you know. Started
Yeah.
like just as a hobby, and then it became like a bigger thing, and I started getting booked for like parties and then festivals, and then yeah, that was 5 years ago, 2020, and then 2023 I started with production. Obviously, it's a word that is totally different than just DJing, right? It's like more complicated, but it's also
Totally different
so
skill set.
fascinating to me. Yeah. And so I'm still learning, you know. I have amazing friends that are producers and they guide me, and yeah, it's amazing. I have so much fun
Also,
doing it.
being a good DJ, I mean, I found that that's really helpful as far as how it informs what music you want to make. So,
Uh-huh.
like the better that you are, the more that you understand what dance floors you want to play for, the easier it is to understand what music you want to make. So I think that's a really understandable transition and journey, and you're doing great. I think your music is incredible, and also your music really can it's appropriate for so many different kinds of dance floors and different
Yeah,
hours of the dance floor. And I find that to be
100%.
really tasteful. Like when you're making a song, are you thinking like what part of your set would you want to play this in?
Um, no, I usually just go with whatever I'm feeling at that moment. So each song that I make actually tells a little part of my story. I remember the first song that I made. It was called It's called Ring the Alarm. At that time, I was going through like personal problems, and I felt like I needed like a wake up call. So I named it Ring the Alarm because it was like, okay, wake up. You can step out of this, and then move on. And so then Don't Wanna Leave You was also like telling a little part of my story. I was in a toxic relationship, so I kind of like didn't want to leave that person, but I knew it wasn't good for me. So so it kind of like tells a little bit of my story.
I love
Yeah,
that.
so I'm very sentimental with that part, and yet also like obviously I think okay, like this is gonna go well for like a sunrise set, So
Yeah, yeah.
this is gonna be, for example, Get Me There is a little bit more upbeat that I released on Higher Ground with Malone. So I was like, okay, this is for like I'll play at space, at like
Yeah, yeah,
1
yeah.
a.m. in the yeah
Yeah, I totally see the parents playing all those parties and like what works and what a great
yeah
thing to have. So tell us about
yeah
RTA Sounds, your own music
yeah.
label.
Well, RTA is my baby. I have it with two of my management people, Catherine and Brito. We make an amazing team, actually. We're all Latins, and we really complement good each other. But RTA Sounds is all about really community, and also that funky sound that I told you, like very groovy. And we started doing our parties at Jolene. Until now, we've done two parties and also like a few pop-ups at Las Palmas, which is a coffee shop in downtown. It's very unique and
Cool.
authentic. Yeah. And we're planning on doing a pop-up on the 4th of December, Arbaso at Congo Clothing. If you want, you can stop by. Like it's so cool. I'm gonna share with you
Please
the
do.
store actually. It's super cool. So yeah, we've done most of them are my releases. We released a song from Mr. Bones and Nate Ash, which they're actually from Miami. Super talented kids. They're 23 years old, and
Wow.
yeah, but they're honestly really talented. Actually, Marco Carola have been like rinsing it. He's
No
been playing
way.
it all over, like Circo Loco, Music On, in Amsterdam, like so many events. We're so happy.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, and also we have another release of mine coming on December 11th with Dulus, which is a Dominican artist, super talented. Also, John Mark, which is a good friend of mine, super talented as well. He's releasing a song in December as well.
Amazing.
So yeah, it's our little baby. It's our project that has been growing and it's been really like flourishing, and we're doing RTA radio shows as well in my apartment. The first one I was playing and my friend was cooking in the kitchen. He's a chef, just getting like that vibe of community, like friends hanging out. It was super cool. And we
That's
did another one too with
amazing.
like two other DJs. And I'm gonna share with you the links so you can see, like, it was such a nice vibe. Just here at the apartment, and yeah, it
Oh,
was
I love that. Oh man, you
yeah.
see, cooking always makes me think of DJ Tennis Manfredi, who loves to combine
Oh my
DJ
God,
and
yes.
cooking. And I'm in Paris right now to work with him tomorrow. And
Oh my
afterwards, he's
God.
like, okay, but we can only work together if I cook dinner for everybody afterwards. So I was like,
He's
yeah.
amazing, honestly. Actually, we went to Kappa Festival together last year. He invited me because I had a show there with Deep House Bible and Hurry Up Slowly, and then I stayed like for another week, and he was playing at Kappa Festival, and I always looked at Kappa Festival saying like, oh my God, this is on my wish list. Like, I wish like someday I can play. So he invited me, and it was like really cool to see.
Oh,
Such a
it's
cool festival,
incredible.
honestly.
I think I played
Yeah.
Kappa last year. I was in Torino yesterday to play with the Kappa Future promoters for some like
Oh.
tennis event. It was really weird, but but it was incredible.
I love it. I love
Um,
it.
Tell us about
Turin
your
is so nice.
identity. How do you hope to introduce your background into the global music scene?
Well, for me, being a Paraguayan, I mean, obviously I was born in New York, but I feel Paraguayan, like my mom was Paraguayan, my dad is Brazilian. But I grew up in Paraguay. I lived there my whole life. So for me, being a Paraguayan artist means so much because there are not many Paraguayans in the dance scenes. For example, they made a whole article when I did my debut back in 2023 at Space, because obviously Space is like a, a well-known club. So for them it was like, wow, the first Paraguayan playing at space, you know.
Wow, that's
So yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
You should be
So
so
for
proud.
me, honestly, yes, it's very special. So I, I keep with me my Paraguayan identity like very alive, and I'm very proud to say that, you know, I'm representing my country, in this industry, and yeah. So obviously, I try to implement it in my music too. A lot of drums and like a lot of Latin sounds, however I can. I would love to make a song with like some Guarani vocals actually, because Guarani is the second official language of Paraguay. And like we're the only country in South America that actually has two official languages. So
Whoa.
it's like a native language from Tupi Guarani. I'm actually 25% indigenous. I did my
Wow.
23andMe, like the DNA test, and it shows that I'm 25% indigenous, and that makes like a lot of sense because I can feel music, you know, in a very special way, um, like most of indigenous people, you know.
Wow.
Um, so yeah,
So
my
cool.
goal
This
is
is
to make.
so cool. Wow, this is so cool spreading that that message and I think you're doing a terrific job representing that. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
It really
I
means
have
a lot.
one final question for you.
Yes.
If you could put together your dream lineup, who would you put on it to play with you?
Oof, that's a really tough one. But I'm gonna do my best. I would say Carl Cox, um, Tia Dennis, Ronnie Segali, you,
Adriana.
Debbie Jones, and Honey Dijon, and
Oh,
then I will close the night like for a sunrise set, you know.
yes, this is that is wow. Let's hope that party happens. Let's hope that party happens.
I mean, let's put it in my wish list. Like
Yes, let's
honestly,
manifest
in my
that.
vision board, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
you should see my vision board. It's like very ambitious, but like that's the only way. You know, you need to like put it
Why not?
there.
Well, thank you so much for being a guest on Femme House Radio. We love you at Femme House. I personally am a huge fan, and we support everything you're doing. And please keep going and putting the music out in the world and being representation for all those that need it. So thank you.
Of course, thank you so much, LP. Honestly, it's such a pleasure, and let's keep doing this, like making a good music and supporting women in this
Oh
industry.
yeah.